moment of our show. Are you guys ready for the big moment right now? Are you guys feeling good still? Are you ready for the reason we all came here? You ready for me to stop asking goddamn questions? Yeah, so you were really into that. Hey, fuck you, man. This shit ain't that easy. You know, I ironed this shirt before I got here, so fucking A. All right, guys, we are here. We are here at the moment where this show fucking blows the roof off. I want you to start clapping right now. Keep clapping right now. Here we go. The moment, the man. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Neel Kogali. Thanks. I don't want to come off as a pedophile. But I am married to a former child. The city's a dangerous place. Just last week, I stopped my wife from being assaulted on the subway by waiting until I got home to beat her up. As a married man, I don't understand strip clubs. If I wanted to pay a woman to not fuck me, I'd just start dating again. I wasn't always married. I used to be engaged. You know, I do stand-up comedy. But if you ask my immigrant parents, I don't think they really wanted me. How are we so sure that women who breastfeed aren't pedophiles? I don't kill flies. Instead, I burn their wings off. That way they can live, but without their sense of freedom. Inside of me, there are two wolves. I really wish they'd take their dicks out of my ass. The early bird gets the worm, but the early worm gets eaten. I think if your friend group was truly diverse, you'd have a racist in it. My friend said that in order to be more inclusive to the disabled, she'd stop using words like crazy, or dumb, or lame. I said, wow. That's retarded. My ex-girlfriend was a conservative, but one day she said she wanted to have a threesome, so I fucked her while she was pregnant.
had a dream that I was eating chicken wings, and when I woke up, I ate some chicken wings. Few can say that they're living their dreams. They say an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Well, so does moaning during a prostate exam. I would never date a white girl. Hey, my wife would be pissed. How you guys doing, man? Thanks so much for coming out. Yeah, what if I just did that for like an hour? Would that be too much? I feel like by the 14th one, you guys are like, all right, well, it's late. Oh, man, it's good to be here, man. If you guys don't know me, my name is Neel, and it's a good name. You know, like as an Indian guy, I feel like there's very few things that we can control about ourselves, but like a name is a good one, right? Like, if you come to America, I feel like some of these Indian names are crazy, bro. You gotta have one syllable if you come to America as an Indian, dude. I asked my parents, I was just curious. I was like, how'd you come up with the name Neel? And my mom told me straight face. She's just like, oh, we shortened your name. Your full name was gonna be Neelkant. Neelkant. And she's just like, yeah, it means peacock in Hindi. And I was just like, yeah, but in America, it means I'm gonna need therapy. Like, what's your name, bro? Sam? Imagine if that was short for Sam Penis. I'm glad, man. No, I'm glad. I got away, man. It's I was thinking about it. I feel like there's a parallel universe, though, where I was named Neelkant. And I've hit all the stereotypes, too. You know, I got a best friend named Suck Deep. We work in IT, and during our lunch breaks, we just hit on white women on Facebook aggressively. I wouldn't be aggressive about it, though. You know, I'd be consistent, but not aggressive. I'd message him every day, hello, good morning. I don't know, man. I do fit some stereotypes, though. I do. As you guys correctly assumed, I am an engineer, and it's great, man. I gotta say, I was born in India, right? I was actually born in India to my parents who had an arranged marriage, right? So I'm not the product of love. No, I'm the product of two strangers who thought that having kids would give them a sense of purpose in life. And I know this because I'm an only child, so... But it's not all bad. I told you, my name's Neel. That's a good thing that I got out of the way, right? Like I said, Indians, we have very few things that we can control, right? Here, I'll give you an example, right? Let me ask you a question. Everybody in here, just shout it out if you know it. What sound does a gun make? Pew! That was kind of cute. What does a real gun sound like? Bang! That's right. India has over 1 billion fucking people. You ask that same question there, I swear to God, straight face, everyone will go, Dishoom! How does an entire nation of people just mishear the way that a gun sounds? That's insanity, bro. I think that's why finger guns never took off in India. That'd be kind of like, Dishoom, Dishoom. That'd be a little weird. So it's cuter when it's like, pew, pew. I don't know, so. Name's one good thing I can control. I got a job. As being an only child and being an engineer, I feel like I have to learn my social norms, at my workplace. But it's not the best idea because I work with engineers. So I don't feel like I'm learning how to assimilate amongst people, you know? And it's crazy because I feel like I have to you know what I want? I want an urban dictionary, but for corporate phrases, right? I feel like that would simplify everyone's life. Of course, that would mean no managers have any jobs, but still, These confusing phrases are like what they rely on, bro. I asked my boss a question the other day in a meeting, and you know what he told me? He's just like, we're gonna have to put a pin in that. Let's circle back to this one. Took me a while. It's been about 4 years now, but I figured out what that means. It means he's gonna go out there after the meeting, go bully one of these engineering nerds and be like, the fuck is the answer? And he's gonna be like, oh, it's X over 2. And then he's gonna come back and he's like, oh, I figured it out. It's X over 2. There's so many of these like bullshit phrases that I just don't understand. I take them for face value. Like, I gotta... Look, I'll say this, like, I hate talking about money problems because, like, I live in New York City, so it's, like, invalidated, right? Like, I don't have any debt. So by no means am I a starving artist, but I'm still hungry after every meal, you know? I just want a little bit, like, it's just like they keep me 20, 30K shorter than what, like, I want, you know? Like, I don't know, it's getting tough. Like, I asked my boss for a raise the other day, and he hit me with another one of these, like, phrases, corporate phrases. I was just like, I asked him for a raise, and he always does this thing before he gets into character. He hikes up his pants. So I was just like, can I get a raise? And he's just like, you know, Neel, the door for that opportunity is closed. Have we tried knocking? Is there a key? Is it deadbolt? I don't understand. Like, we get paid every 2 weeks, so clearly the door opens once in a while, right? How is he a manager and he doesn't figure out doors, bro? What does he do when he gets home? Oh my God, another door! I didn't get a raise, dude. What are you gonna do? But like my problems with money isn't just like I feel salty about it, like, because I just listen to my parents, bro. Like, I feel like if you're an Indian guy with like Indian immigrant parents or any immigrant parents, they come over, they tell you these classical 3 things like doctor, lawyer, engineer. I feel like engineer's way lower on that pay scale than the other 2. And I just feel like they didn't know. Like, it's just what their parents did. Their parents didn't. Like, now there's like engineer, and now I'm here. And like, and this is my fault, right? I'm a plumbing engineer. And that's what I do. Yeah, that's cool. I'll clean that up too after. Give me more work while I'm at it. Whatever. Fuck. Not like I'm getting a raise for it. What the fuck was I talking about? You're right. Engineers not having enough money. That's a really bad way to enter this back again. I'll tell you what happens, right? Like, I feel uncomfortable because, like, I hang out with my friends who are, like, finance majors, and what happens is that I'm starting to get gentrified out of conversations now. Like, it's them. I'll be hanging out, we're having a couple of drinks, and when that 3rd drink hits, it's when one of the finance bros, in their brain, in the back of their head, they're just like, you guys see my watch? I like your watch. You want to see mine? And it's like these like $20,000, $30,000 watches that like I can never even fathom. I kind of put my Apple Watch in my pocket now. I'm just like, all right, well. Well, what about you guys? Does your watch inaccurately count the calories that you burned during an exercise? I didn't think so. No, it's bad, bro, because like living in New York City, it's crazy. You live in New York City, and even if you make good money, the way you think about money just changes fundamentally, right? Like, I did this calculation the other day. Like, I counted up all the things that I pay rent for. Like, I'm not just talking about rent. I'm talking about like a monthly subscription. How many monthly subscriptions do you have? I'm not just talking about Netflix or whatever. I'm talking about like my hair, all right? I don't even own the length of my hair. I have to pay a fucking guy to cut it and keep it at a fucking certain length. That's a monthly subscription that I'm okay with. That is, you add all that shit up, your Netflix, your rent and everything. Here's what I did. I'm Indian, so I did the math, all right? But here's the math. I pay $4.27 an hour just to live and breathe in New York City. Not doing anything. Just sitting here. My hair's growing. I'm sweating. $4.27. I don't even like to go out anymore. I'm just like, fuck that. 2 hours out of there, that's $8 I'm losing staying at my home, dude. Fuck. I don't get repaid for my drinks, bro. Like, I don't know, bro. It gets frustrating to me because like I just don't feel like I own anything anymore. It's difficult. Just renting on borrowed time. Everything is just borrowed time, bro. Here's how bad it is. Like the Friday before I get paid, right? Like it'll be a Thursday night. I'm getting drinks, and I'll want a slice of pizza, right? And it'll cost like 2.5% of my net worth. And I'll get 2, bro. Like out of spite. I'm not even hungry. I'm just like, fuck you. Like, I don't know who I'm talking to. But fuck you. Like, why am I fucking... I'm not going home with just one slice with my schmuck. Like... Oh, man. I try, man. Like, I talked to my dad about it, and he's, like, not surprised at all. I made a joke the other day. My dad doesn't get jokes. He doesn't get this at all. And I was just like, yeah, you know, I listened to everything you said. You told me to go to engineering. And he's just like, I told you to be engineer. Who told you to go to plumbing engineer? Like, you couldn't have just added one word? Like, I don't know, like, aerospace? Would have been a lot more helpful. Now he's all pissed off. He's like, you work with shit, you make shit money. Like, to him, it's just... It's hard. I can't really relate to them as much, man, nowadays. But you know, you make do with what you can. I think what really set it off for me, at least like living in New York City now, I went to a bar like 3-4 weeks ago, and I ordered a cocktail, right? On the menu, it says $15 cocktails. And I said, all right. I got like 2 or 3. And whatever. It doesn't matter how many I forgot. Fuck you. I got some cocktails, all right? And at the end, I get a receipt from the guy, and it says, for each cocktail, it says $15. And then underneath, it says, it has like a little arrow, like an indent, and it's just like, rocks, $2. And I was like, bro, did you just charge me for ice? It's like, is that a surcharge now? So I asked him, I was just like, hey, did you, what's this? And he's just like, with a straight face, not even hesitating. He's just like, oh, 15 is for this is his voice, all right? I'm not just... It was his fucking voice, all right? I'm not gonna not accurately depict the situation. So he's like, oh, that, no. No, with a straight face, he looked at me. He's just like, so 15 is for the spirits. $2 is for actually making the cocktail. Okay? And he looked at me. I was just like, no, it's not fucking okay. Like, it's not, you can't fucking do that. And I just realized, I was just like, what am I'm sitting here arguing over $2. Really, the problem is my hair can't stop fucking growing. I really need to... So I'm moving out of New York City pretty soon, dude. A lot of people didn't know that I invited here, but I am moving out. It's tough to, I don't even know where it began, man. Things weren't always so great for me. Like at least a year ago, I actually underwent a huge back surgery. I had 2 slip discs in my lower back, and I had to get one of them replaced, and I had to get the lowest one fused. And this was like back in November and whatnot. It was awful. I couldn't stand. I couldn't really do much, you know? I couldn't even walk 10 seconds. I couldn't do stand-up, this thing that I love, you know? And it was really tough for me, and I had to make this difficult decision to get surgery. I mean, I'm telling you, I tried everything before the surgery too. Like I had a surgery when I was 16, and it was for my back again, but something didn't go right, and now for 10, 11 years, I was just in straight up pain. And I had to do something about it, man. And I'm telling you, when I say I tried everything, right? Like I went to a chiropractor, I was walking out of that office like a question mark every afternoon. I'm not even kidding. I was just like, okay, so tomorrow the pain will go away. He's just like, yeah, tomorrow. I got your card on file, right? Just make sure. The important thing is consistency. Just keep coming. Took all my money, didn't do shit. I paid $400 and I got an inverted table. I don't know if you guys know what this is, but an inverted table is where you hang upside down. It holds you by your ankles and your knees, and you hang upside down, and all the blood rushes to your head, and it deludes you into thinking you're actually solving the problem that you're doing. So I paid $400 for that. I still have it. Tried everything, dude. I even went to therapy, dude. Any therapy people in here? Therapy? Wow. Must be an older crowd. Gen Z is like, wow! It's like, that's not... I don't know if pride is involved in that, but... Yeah, well, for those of you who go, I think it's worth it, bro. I think it's worth it. But I'll say this about therapy, all right? Like, I feel like there's a point in like a therapy, like there's stage 1 for a therapist, right? Most people don't make it to stage 2. But a stage 1 therapist, their entire role is within 44 and a half minutes. They have to get you to understand that whatever you're feeling, whatever you're talking about, is one of your parents' fault. Right? That's their goal by the end of the session. I started realizing that. I went to therapy like twice a week, and I would keep talking to him, and he would just keep saying like, oh, does that remind you of anybody else in your life that's a paternal figure that has done this to you? Like my dad, he's like, your father. Yes. And I'm so sorry, but we're gonna have to pick this up next week. So I started trying to like beat him to the punch. It was like 14 minutes in, and I was just like, yeah, and I had this dream, and this like shadowy figure was over me, and was watching over my every move, and every time I tried to tell a new joke, he's like, shut up, loser. And then before he could ask a question, I saw his mouth opening, and I was just like, and I thought it was my dad in my dream. And I could see in his face, he's like, fuck, he made it. What am I gonna do? And it was just, I mean, it's no knock on the guy, whatever. I tried like 6 or 7 different therapists, man. But shockingly, therapy doesn't help with physical pain. I don't know why I even fucking tried, dude. The chiropractor was doing a better job than that shit. At least I could lie to my friends, like, I'm trying yoga. It's a new thing. But, like, I gotta tell you, what really, like, synced my deal on the whole therapy is like not for me thing. Like therapy genuinely helped, right? But I'm telling you, there was this one day, I finished my therapy appointment, and I was on my way home. And I was walking in New York City, I was on my way home, and this really big black guy was walking my way. And I didn't see him at first, right? But when I'm depressed, I like to walk like I don't have confidence, or like I look like Silvio from The Sopranos, just... And I'm just walking with my hands behind my back, making a Silvio face. I don't see him, but then I look up, and he passes me, and he looks at me, he goes, shit, you looking mean, man. I felt so fucking cool, dude. I'm telling you, I felt way better. The rest of the week, I had confidence like I never had before in my life. Right? I was walking around just like confidently making decisions, not double thinking them, waking up in the morning like, all right, yeah, this is okay, you know? I was telling that story to my friend the other day. I was just like, yeah, man, yo, fuck therapy. We just need to round up a bunch of black dudes and just send compliments to everybody. Just randomly, just on the street, we would make the world a better place. And you know what he told me? He's just like, you don't have to mention like the black. I absolutely did, all right? I absolutely fucking did. Because here's the thing. Can you imagine if it was another Indian guy and he's coming up to me, he's like, hey, buddy. Hey, you're looking kind of mean right now. I'd be way more anxious, dude. I'd be like, yo, I gotta schedule another appointment right now. So I don't know, therapy didn't help with my back pain. is this moral of the story. I tried everything though. I even tried laser treatment. I fell for scams, bro. When you're in pain, you will fall for a lot of scams, man. So I decided to get the surgery anyways. And what cracked me up was I met my surgeon, and he told me like about 3 weeks before the surgery, I was seeing him for about 6 months. Told me 3 weeks before the surgery, he's like, hey, just so you know, we're gonna have to go in through the front. I was like, for my spine? He's like, yeah, no, it's easier. And also there's this other guy, he's a second surgeon. He's gonna be helping me out. I'm like, oh, what's he doing? He's like, well, I'm a spine surgeon, but this guy is like, his whole thing is like during surgeries, he rearranges guts. And I started to think like the second surgeon wasn't as successful and like he needed to piggy bank off of this like successful spine surgeon. He's like, come on, man, he won't know. Just tell him it's easier through the front. Was he gonna the insurance is paying me anyway, like. His name is Neelkant, how smart could he be? So I feel like he just got this guy on board. He's like, yeah, it's just like 3 inches down at the front. You're gonna have a big scar right here. I got it right here. It's pretty nice. Looks pretty brolic, dude. So he told me that, and I went under. And I was like, all right, whatever, dude. Like, what am I gonna correct him? Like, are you sure? It's such a dick move to do, bro. I didn't take any medical courses or anything, but are you sure? This is... All right. It's not a perfect thing. This is the first time I'm ever doing this. One of my medical school friends, he was trying to calm me down about the entire decision. And he was telling me, he's just like, yeah, well, I don't think he realizes like what comforts me and what comforts people who are like into the medical field. But he was telling me, he's just like, yeah, you'd be surprised by how little the surgeon actually does. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? The fuck does that mean? And he's like, well, the incision, like, I mean, come on, man. Doctor's not cutting you up. I'm like, why the fuck isn't he? He's like, no, they let the medical school students do some of that shit. I'm like, is that why it's crooked at the end? It's like, I'm not even kidding. If you look at it, it's like going down, and then it's like, it like 30 degrees just to the right. I was looking in the mirror afterwards. I was just like, bro, did they, like, can you imagine the medical students? Like, oh, fuck, oh, shit. Hey, is this okay? He's like, oh, no, dude, we can't get a B. We have to get an A in this course. Just turn it. Just fucking turn it. It's fine. Just sizzle it. They won't notice. They're gonna stitch it up anyways. He's a fucking idiot, name. He should just let us do it in the back. What a fucking idiot this guy is. The surgery went well, man. I came out. I went in with like a 9.5 to 10 out of 10 on pain level, and I went out with a 0. It's truly amazing what. It's truly amazing what is possible with modern medicine, I'm telling you. It's insanity. The recovery was something else, bro. The recovery was one of the most painful things I've ever experienced in my life. Worse than the fucking pain from my back, I'll tell you that, because you guys, they put a urinary catheter to my bladder. And let me start off by saying this, all right? I went in needing surgery. I came out of surgery learning this one thing. Men, we can queef. We can queef. I woke up from surgery just high as fuck on a cocktail of like painkillers and muscle relaxers, and the nurse comes in there and wakes me up at midnight, and she comes in there, she's like, hi, Neel, Mr. Kogali? Yeah, we're gonna take the urinary catheter out of you right now. I was like, oh, while I'm awake. Okay, yeah, sure, that's, all right, sure. And she comes up, and she has her friend with her. I don't think she needed the friend. Don't think it took 2 nurses. That's all I'm saying. And she was old, bro. There's no way she was like mentoring her or whatever, bro. Whatever. I was insecure already. There were two kind of pretty ladies. And I asked one of them, I was just like, is it gonna hurt? And she's like, no, it's not gonna hurt. It'll just feel like a little pressure, just a little pressure. And I'm like, all right. I spread eagle and laid back, and I trusted her, is what I did. I trusted her. The guys in here are just like, No, I got 7.5 more minutes now. And I lay back, and she pulls on it at first, and I go, oh, I thought you said it wasn't gonna. And I was on so much pain medicine that my first thought was that she ripped my dick off. I looked after I could speak again. I looked at her and I said, is it gone? And she said, yeah, you did great. I don't feel great. After about like 5 minutes of convincing myself, there's no way that happened, right? I like eventually made my way down there and I felt everything. I was like, oh, okay, it's all there. Everything, all 3 parts. That'd be kind of funny though if they did like mess up that surgery, like they got me mixed up with someone else. Just imagine the person in the next room over is just like, doctor, my spine feels amazing, but I still have my penis. And I'm over here like, it still hurts. Did you do it? Yeah, that's not the surgery I went in for at that time. It's good, man. I recovered from it. That shit was fucking traumatizing. I had to use a walker. And this is the great part of being married, right? Like, I love my wife. She would still fuck with me even in like my recovery, you know? Like I drink way too much. I drink way too much and I smoke way too much. And when I was home, I got discharged from the hospital. She would openly hide my liquor and weed right at the bottom of the floor. Cause I couldn't, I'd be looking at it like, come on. Tomorrow's a new day. I couldn't fucking bend for 3 weeks. I lost so much weight. I looked so healthy. The second I was able to, I was ripping my bong, just fucking smoking beer. I love it. That's the thing about marriage, though, man. You love them, but there's always something that you just can't quite explain. It's not frustration. It's not anger. It's more like, why the fuck are you like that, though? Why? Is there a reason? Or are you just? I know I'm young. I'm actually turning 27 at midnight, so I appreciate you guys coming here. Yo, somebody get me another drink. Yeah, give me a fucking Jack and Seltzer. Whoever. I'm not talking to anybody in general, but somebody is gonna give me another Jack and Seltzer, bro. No, I'm young. I got married young, man. I married my high school sweetheart. Yeah, she didn't like me in high school, so kind of fuck her. You know, maybe fuck her. Nah, she didn't like me in high school. But you know, I got incredible game, so after 4 years, not lying, I convinced her that I'm enough. We went to the same college together, and now, like after being married for a couple of years, there's always, like I said, there's always just like, what the fuck are you like this, right? And it's just like, it's this weirdest thing. I'll give you an example. Like, she doesn't like water. Like, she just doesn't like it. You can't not like water. You have to hydrate. And here's the thing, I've learned this the hard way, right? I can't just give her advice. I can't just like talk to her and be like, this is the right thing and this is the wrong thing, and you gotta do the right thing. That doesn't work. All she hears is just like, this is my dumb idiot husband, and he doesn't, whatever. I love him, but like also he doesn't know anything. So I realized what I have to do now is I have to like incept my ideas into one of her friends who she respects more than me. And she's got to hear the advice from her friend. So I'll be like hitting up one of her friends in a group environment. I'd be like, so Emily, what do you think about hydration and the need for it to survive? And like 2 weeks later, my wife will be like, oh, you know, the other day my head hurt, but then my Emily just told me that I should drink some water, and it was all better. And I was just like, what a fucking great idea that is. Fucking awesome that you resolved that all by yourself. I will say, I do have some things figured out, and I never told my wife this. She's in the audience, so I'm revealing my secret, guys. But it's been working great for 6 fucking years, so I'll take my dub, all right? Here's what I do. Early on in the relationship, I established the fact that I'm gonna do all the laundry. All of the laundry. She hasn't folded a fucking thing for 6 years. I wash it, I fold it, I take away the delicate clothing that can't be dried, and I hang it up. I'm a fucking saint, dude. Can't leave me. What, are you gonna do your own laundry with a new boyfriend? No, the fuck you're not. And now when we get into arguments, I'll like take her clean underwear and hide it somewhere. I'll just be like, what do you think now? And she'll always just be like, I'm sorry. I'll be like, oh, look at this, your underwear right on the ground. I didn't even fucking see it right here. It's great. I love being married. It's one of the greatest fulfilling things. And I like that I did it early. I really hope I don't have a special in like 10 years from now where I'm just like, yo, fuck that bitch. Like that would age horribly, bro. It won't happen now. What I realize is it just takes effort on both sides, dude. I'm not even joking about this. Like, here's the thing about like people. It's just like, and before I get philosophical, can someone give me a fucking Jack and Seltzer? I need to be fucked up when I'm talking about real things, so I don't acknowledge the pain I feel inside. It's just. But here's the thing about like attraction and love. It's just. You get together with your significant other because of the things that you're attracted to and the things that you have in common with them. You stay together because you're willing to tolerate your differences. I really believe that. I think that's like one of the most important things about maintaining a relationship. And I'll always say this because in a relationship, you'll have 2 kinds of problems. You'll have healthy problems and you'll have real problems. Healthy problems is like, your wife just doesn't like water. That's a healthy problem, right? A real problem is like, my wife wants me to watch her fuck her ex-boyfriend and tape it. That's a real problem, right? That's a real problem. I don't have real problems because I like watching. Okay, it's just, Yo! Keep it going for my boy Brandon! Let's go! Oh, dude. It's like fuel for my comedy, man. Oh, my God. So like I said, I work in Midtown, actually. I work in Garment District, and I actually... I work next to all those, like, I love New York gift shops. You guys seen these things? Who are they for, you know? I always wonder that. And I'm walking by one of them, normal day as ever, and I see on the front, and it's got, like, $5 t-shirts. But there's one t-shirt that's buy one, get one free. And it's a white t-shirt, and it just says, fuck capitalism, exclamation point. Like, all right, fuck capitalism, but buy one, get one free, right? Like, what the fuck? Anyways, that's not what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about this documentary that I watched, and I was thinking about it on the way home in the train. And it was a documentary about world records. There's just a bunch of world records. And halfway through the documentary, it gets to this point, And it's just like, all right. And now we have the world record for the person who had the most amount of sex in 24 hours. Immediately I turned that shit up, dude. Like, what? There's a world record for this? And first of all, before I continue, anybody want to guess the fucking number in 24 hours? 6? Whoa, one at a time. 6 is the going one. 60? 40? Ma'am, we're talking about the world record, not your record. To make you feel better, you're nowhere close. So, in terms of whoreness, a little low. Any other guesses? 100? It is 3 digits. 900, that's the closest fucking guess, dude. And just so you know, she had to have 30 seconds of uninterrupted contact for each one to count. 919. That's what's up, bro. You fucking... Oh, that was you? He's like, I was one of them, bro! I was there! So I didn't mean to make you Mexican for all of us. I was like... 919 men that she slept with. By the way, we knew it was a woman, right? Who set that record? Like, no guy could ever set that record. 919 people to have fucked? You ever sharpen a number 2 pencil all the way down to the eraser? Doesn't work. Let me get off here. I called this special Neel Stands Up. If I slip on one of these, that shit's over, bro. 919, man. You know what the craziest part was? They just said, and give it up for her. I don't even remember her fucking name. And they're like, give it up for her. 919 men. And then it just continued on to the next world record. And I was like, what the fuck? Go back, I wanna hear more. I want a whole documentary about this. And I don't give a fuck about the first place, bitch. I want a documentary on the person who got second place. Imagine getting second place in a competition like that. That's gotta sting. And burn, obviously. What if she had like 872, bro? They just go up to her, well, here's your silver medal, I guess. I mean, because it's not like they could try again the next day, dude. Like, today is watching you be a slut, but tomorrow is like juggling or something. The committee's got plans. They don't have time for you to redeem yourself. But I want a documentary about that second place woman. I really do. I just feel like you would start off with a shot of her getting the silver medal, like, oh, okay. Then it just tracks her limping home. Back to her broken home, just... Her stepdad's on the fucking front porch, like, you can't even be the best whore, then you can't stay here! So she just limps past her broken home. I bet you she has some guy in her friend zone. That guy's getting 10 minutes on air. Imagine being friend zoned by a bitch who fucked 919 men, dude. Get that guy on air. So let me get this straight, McDonald. You are one of her friend zone people, and she fucked 919 men, and none of them were you. How do you feel? That dude is angry, bro. He's got words to say, son. I don't know. I want a documentary of that. I would produce it. I would make it a fantastic production for everyone to watch. I was talking to my friend about that. And he's one of those guys who like makes everything a competition. And I told him, I'm not gonna lie, I'm ashamed about this, but sometimes I run my material with my friends in normal conversations. I was just like, yeah, only a woman could set that record. He's like, not true. Not true at all. I think I could do it. I'm like, bro, 3 weeks ago you asked me for a Viagra hookup. This guy's 25 years old. He's balding and he needs Viagra, bro. What the fuck, dude? That's sad as fuck, dog. He was telling me, like, I didn't know this actually. He was asking me for Viagra. He told me he needs a prescription for Viagra, and I had no idea. Because how do you verify that at a doctor's? Like, I feel like if you, I don't know. I don't know, maybe just me. I don't think I need 20 years of someone's education to tell me that my dick doesn't work. Is that just, like, what do they do when you go to the doctor's office? Like, you just sit there, the doctor puts a timer on, like, boom. We can keep going if you want. Like, I'll be like, whoa, dude. Like, I don't know. Just give me the fucking street dealer, dude. I'll take blue chews, whatever, dog. I don't know. So I was thinking about that documentary on the way home. How many of these thoughts do we have? Like, I want to do this. I want to do that in life, and then we just never do it, and then we die. You ever think about that? Oh, dude, this is starting. I'm sweating. It looks like I'm having an invisible shower right now. It's brought a fucking thing up here. Oh. I was on my way home, and I stopped by my grocery store. This is around Christmas time. And right by the front, when I'm paying for my groceries and I'm walking out the exit, they have these cardboard cutouts of these like 2 starving children next to like a bucket, just a bin. And I'm walking out and I feel guilty every December. They do this for 31 days in December. They just put starving looking kids on cardboard cutouts. They're the same ones every year. The problem hasn't been solved, clearly. And every time I walk out, it's like the walk of shame. I'm just so guilty. Like, I'm like, I can't fucking, like, donating for me is like a really tough thing for me to like justify, is what I'm trying to say, you know? Because I walk out and when I see those cardboard cutouts of kids, my thought isn't, oh my God, I may not be a starving artist, but they are not even an artist, and I need to. That's not my thought, bro. That's not what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, yo, how'd they get the picture of these starving kids, dog? Like, you think they just like went to like the Philippines and they saw a couple of kids and they're just like, okay, that one. Say cheese. That's uncomfortable. That's uncomfortable, isn't it? I know. Because they don't know what cheese is. It's... Look, it's either that or they fucking hire some anorexic child actors in America and they're just like, just don't eat. Just click. Whichever one, I don't know. I think both are depressing, to be honest. But my thing is like with donations, it's like I get frustrated because I just don't feel like anyone follows up on their donations, you know? It's not like I drop a can of expired beans in that bin and I'm like, hey, did Jose ever get that shit? Like, is he chilling right now? Like, does he need more? I don't know. I also think like part of donating is like, it's almost like a way for ourselves to rid ourselves of any sort of guilt that we feel inside, right? Like if I had to come across those bins this December, I would probably just stop there and I'd look at those 2 kids and I would be like, all right, let me think. I saw Louis C.K. live. I bought that new Harry Potter game. I did blackface on Tuesday. That was pretty bad. That was, so all right, I guess like $5, that should be good. That's right, like that would cover it. Like, I don't know, I feel pretty good right now. I don't know, so one day I got curious. It was like December 30th, the day before those kids would go away. And I went up and I said, hey, I donated last week. Did that kid ever get my expired can of beans or what? And he looked at me and he said, oh, no, he didn't get that. Actually, he died making a shirt that said, fuck capitalism. All right, guys, that's been my time. Thank you so much. I'm Neel Kogali. You guys have been amazing, guys. Thank you. Keep it going for your host, Jim Wallace.
Neel Kogali, one more time for him. Unbelievable. Thank you all very much. Thank you all from the bottom of our